Jenna, when I asked Gerard, who do you hate worse, the Capitals or the Flyers? He didn't even hesitate. Or, excuse me, the Capitals or the Penguins? He didn't even hesitate. He said Penguins. Not even a contest.
I can't say that because most of my family's from Western PA and is Pittsburgh fans. So I've grown up with Pittsburgh as well. Most of the Flyers games I attended were in Pittsburgh. So.
Okay, go Pens.
How about you, Devils Boykovitz over there?
Well, crummy year this year, but I think the oldest player on the team's 22, so it's all right.
He's good too.
Very good.
It's like watching the soccer games when half the subs are younger than my kids. It's like, okay, that's all right.
Alan and I don't have these problems in Delaware. I mean, it's
Alan, was that
nobody? No.
Yeah.
Alan, was that a picture of you and a new granddaughter that I saw on Facebook?
You bet.
Oh, she was so cute.
Yeah, she was born last Tuesday, and so I rode down Alexandria yesterday. That's
very cute.
My big son is Brandon, and yeah, he's a dad for the first time. So
that's so tough.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, well, I have 301, so we're gonna go ahead and kick things off here. Welcome everybody. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Can't forget that. We wanted to start the session sharing some exciting news. As more states are lifting restrictions, we're definitely seeing an uptick in sales. April sales were up 20% higher than any other month since the pandemic began. So round of applause to all of you affiliates for getting out there and getting busy. Congrats to you. As you know, Trusted Advisors has been committed to keeping materials updated, continually updating materials. And in fact, during the pandemic, we even created materials so our affiliates could help their clients during this uncharted, definitely unusual and crazy time. Today, we wanted to share 5 case studies of how affiliates are using customized tools for marketing as well as client use that may give you some ideas for your business. The last portion of today is going to be a rapid fire discussion, of course, because Gerard is also facilitating that. So it's going to be rapid fire of how you have successfully generated prospects during the first 4 months and what you're doing in the balance to generate prospects for 2021. So to get us started on the customized materials, custom failsafe. And Jenna is going to be sharing a screen so that you can see some samples of this. We have now had 4 affiliates that have customized fail-safe leadership. There we go. Now it's starting to show. As you can see from the slides, we changed the title. The cover art is customized to the affiliate's branding. The title is changed. The back allows you to swap out a testimonial for a testimonial of your own. There's an About Us page, as well as your picture is included. There's a custom bookmark and then an assessment link. In fact, some affiliates have actually gone above and beyond and created a book page on their website that gives general information about their book. What I'd like to do is turn it over to Nancy Taylor and ask her to share a little bit about why she decided to do custom failsafe and how she's using it in her business. So Nancy, you want to share?
Yes, Wendy, thank you. I guess the reason I chose to take this leap of faith into using a customized version of failsafe, it actually was 2 things. One, this year I kind of set a big goal for myself. I really want by the end of the year to have a client that's a large organization around here, something like Marriott or McCormick Spice, working with a team of leaders that are focused on potentially one of 3 areas, either diversity or sustainability or blockchain. because I think having it focused on a specific area lends itself to discussion. So, and then also it kind of tied into the new TTI assessments. I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity for me to take that leap of faith, look for these larger organizations, and also in a 6-month time frame, look for opportunities to obtain some state contracts. So when I listened to what Nancy Prophet said about why she chose to do it, I thought, that's me. I mean, Wendy knows, she can say, you know, I get ideas, but executing them usually is a problem for me. And the idea of writing a book, I just, you know, it would sit there and it wouldn't go anywhere. So I thought, wow, this is a great way to gain credibility. Nothing, I think, is more impressive than saying, oh, I have this book, would you like to read it? So that's one of the reasons I chose to do it. Wendy asked how I came up with the name, and to be honest, it just sort of popped into my head. But what I did before I decided that was the name I was going to use, I actually searched the US trademark database to make sure that no one else had trademarked this name, and it's not trademarked. So I thought that was an important point. In terms of how I'm growing my business, I just got the books, I guess it was last week, and I went through my initial contact list and quickly identified at least 31 people to send the book to have a discussion with them. And I'm really excited about that because, as all of you know, my company, I really want it to be internationally focused. So I actually met a management consultant out of Vietnam through the BNI group, and I will be placing a copy of the book in the mail today. He's excited about looking at it. We have contacted the ambassador to Cameroon to set up a meeting. He's a very business-focused organization, so I can physically present the book to him in person. That's very important in that culture. You can't just send them things. So that will lend itself to an opportunity there. I had a really great reaction yesterday. I was on a business call with an executive from Sister Cities International. That's the parent organization of the Sister City group that I'm involved with. And we were having a great discussion on strategic planning. And then I said, oh, by the way, Dean, I just have this book. Can I send you a copy and then hear your results? And first of all, guys, when I looked at this kid, I mean, seriously, he popped on the Zoom call. I said, oh my God, he's got to be a kid, you know, maybe 26 or 27. When I said, I'd like to share this book, he goes, okay, let me give you my email address. I said, no, this is a real book. And he goes, a real book? As in a paper book? He goes, I love those. I love it. I love it. I can highlight it. So I was pleasantly surprised by that reaction. So I mean, I guess that pretty much sums up what I'm doing with it. I have recognized that I have not done a particularly measured job in marketing my business in the past year. And I've really been revisiting the sales process and the 4-point plan. And this really fits into the introduction and gaining favorable attention part of it. And when asked, I simply say I was a collaborator on the book. I think the subject is something we've all talked about, participated in discussions over the years. So I feel confident in saying that I'm a collaborator on the book. So that's why I chose to do it. And I'm excited about it.
Thank you, Nancy. Since we have customizing failsafe is very unique to each affiliate. If you have any questions, just give one of us a call and we can talk you through what that process looks like and answer any questions that you have. Bob Kinney is using the management conflict for positive results in a custom process, even though it's not technically officially unveiled yet. Since Bob is literally on his way to vacation right now, I asked him to share some information with us. So you're going to see me reading some information that he sent us directly. So here's a description of how the project came to be. This was a manufacturing client and they wanted shop floor supervision leadership development. That is what they called it. And they listed must-haves, and their must-haves included communication, conflict resolution, and providing effective feedback. They also wanted to see a syllabus prior to making any decision of what this program would look like. So we worked with Bob and we came up with the following customized process. He did preparation for team leadership from the team leadership process. He did the communication chapter from Leadership 2.0, the managing conflict for positive results, building a successful team from team leadership, creating and managing performance, employee evaluation and discipline from team leadership, achieving goals for success from Leadership 2.0, and he combined that with the organizational section of the annual goals review. We were able to get him the conflict management chapter, which allowed him to successfully bid on and ultimately win the sale. The client originally planned for 10 participants. After they saw the syllabus, it increased to 19. And then another business leader in the company saw the program, and he added some more folks, bringing the program total to 23. So it's going to be facilitated in 2 hour sessions, once per week for 8 weeks. They're going to split it into 2 groups. This is a direct quote from Bob. Many thanks to trusted advisors. The flexibility to get the conflict chapter was crucial with our curriculum and customization. We never had to say, I can't do that, or we don't have that. So that was just a cool little customization of how you can mix match text chapters, as well as mixing and matching the annual goals in there instead of a full action plan. Does somebody have a question?
Which Bob is it?
Bob Kinney.
Okay.
Yep, Bob Kinney. So the next 2 are related to the online development system, what we refer to as LMS 3.0. Another interesting customization and something new that we've never done before is a customization with Haskell. This is a client of Chip Scholl's. It's one of his repeat clients, and you're going to learn more about Haskell at June Power Summit. They have a system that they use that all of their employees log into for all of their communications in the organization. In the Emerging Leaders program, they do use our online learning management system. Instead of having their employees have to log into different websites, they asked if there was a way that they could somehow have it link that when they log into their Cornerstone system, they can access the LMS through that system. So we are currently working to have an API. It's like a single user sign-in created for that. So again, what we're talking about is unique to each client. So if you have questions or you have a certain situation that has, come up, let us know, because we can help in those areas. The last one that I want to talk about is affiliates are able to customize any program, build their own program using all of the different chapters. Doug Brown is currently in Michigan working with a client, but I can't tell you the last time he's ordered a standard off-the-shelf process. I also can't tell you the last time he's actually ordered a hard copy of the process. Most times, all of his client work is done using LMS. And he was kind enough to share why he uses LMS almost exclusively. It's practical. He doesn't have to worry about anything being shipped, it being, held up with UPS due to weather issues, redelivering. It can be delivered whenever he wants it. In fact, he usually has us deliver it right during the kickoff. So they are literally getting access as he is in the middle of the kickoff. Allows folks to take it away on vacation. You don't have to lug books around, makes it nice and convenient. And also kind of eliminates the excuse of, oh, I forgot my books at home. He said if there's typos, they can be corrected much faster. It's easy to customize and really put the chapters in wherever he wants them. Whereas with hard copy, sometimes the tabs don't necessarily line up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. with the LMS. He puts them in the order and they look like it was a totally new book. Why he uses customized client material for every client is because he focuses on asking questions to understand specifically what the client needs and what they don't need. So part of his fact-finding process is he creates an outline of the content. So he has the standard outlines on his website, and he'll look at those and then he'll pick and choose and create the actual program with the client at that time. So he focuses on what they don't need as well, so that when the material is delivered, the customer is getting exactly what they were expecting. Again, like we said, we're here to help you with any of your customization needs. Just give us a call. Many affiliates also have materials that they've created of their own that they use. Over the years, you know, you've been working in this business for quite some time. Prior to this, you have your own experience. You've got lots of great stuff. Trusted advisors can take this material and actually add it to the online development system so it truly looks like it's part of the process. And Jenna's going to share how that works and what it looks like. So Jenna?
Yep, let me just share my screen. So what I've done here is I've created a mock process to show you how you can implement your materials into our LMS. And in this case, I just copied the sales chapters and took the first chapter to kind of customize it. So this would be the first page of the chapter, which I have set up kind of just like we do in our process. You could have an image here, your content, a quote, just for the introduction, and anything that I'm showing on any of these pages can be implemented anywhere on the pages. So that's just the first page. And then we have topics within them, which is like a subtopic within your chapter. So here I have first shown a video, so you can include video in your content. What it is just a link. So right now I'm linking to a video that we have posted on our YouTube channel, but you could link it to a video that's on Vimeo or anywhere else. Content, you can have audio embedded right in there. You just have to upload the audio, and so any audio you can add in. There's an accordion module that you can utilize. There's buttons that you could link somewhere else. So you can see there's like decorative horizontal rules. You can have like a featured item, highlighted text, or you can even implement columns to separate your content how you want. And the next page I have here shown how you can embed a form right into the content. And these are all the different options that you can use for a form. So you would have a single line entry here. This would be a paragraph entry. This is checkbox. You can select multiple. This would be a radio. So you could just select one option. We have a date picker, and we have a drop-down option. And then once that's submitted, those records are saved below so that your clients could, edit or view and print at a later date. So that's basically all the different things that you can include within your content. There's a lot of different ways you could utilize all of that to make it extremely customized to whatever your stuff is. And then we have the questionnaire, which can also has a lot of different options. Like this would be your introductory paragraph, and then they can start a questionnaire. And as you can see, this also saves their records so they can go back and see their answers later on. You do have the option to show all questions all at once, like we do in our chapters, or you can have them paged through like I'm showing here. So I just have, every question I have through here is the different types that you can use. So this would be a single choice where you just choose one answer. This is multiple choice where you can pick multiple. Free answers, if you just ask what's your favorite color, they could answer whatever in there. Sorting, you would be able to drag and drop the answers there. There's a matrix sorting where they would match items. Fill in the blank, type in there. Rating, like an assessment, you can have a scale, or just like an essay question. And then they finish, and you can also have it so that the answers are shown. You can have it scored if you want or not, and then have the correct answers as well. If you wanted to put in a correct answer, it shows. And then, as I said, it saves in a record for them to go back to later on. So as you can see, there's a lot you can do with the system for your own content, which you can use, on its own, or as I have shown here, in conjunction with one of our processes. So that's about it. So I'm going to turn it over to Gerard for the Q&A.
So we got 10 minutes left. That's a little bit about what's been going on lately. And as you can tell, in the last 18 months, just use as a rough timeline, we've been focused quite a bit on even further customization, which has been a big thing. I mean, when I go back over the last 20 years that I've been here, and I know some of you guys have been here longer than I back, we had cassettes and things like that, and the customization just didn't happen. As time progressed and even my tenure progressed, I started to realize it was more and more customization. And now with the technology, and especially with Jenna and some of our other business partners that we've aligned with, the ability to customize and use technology to really create a customized solution is essential going forward as the new world starts to develop and people are working remotely, et cetera, et cetera. So we're really excited about what's been going on the last couple of months. Coming up in the near future, one of the big things that's going to be happening, and you guys probably all know about, is the management/team leadership process is in its rewrite stage. We are going to do a soft unveil in June. And the reason we decided to go that route was that we want to make sure that we've got an open window that allows you guys to provide feedback. We started this back in the leadership program back in 2019, 2020 when we started it. But we realized that one of the critical elements or critical stages to creating the right program is making sure we get as many inputs as we possibly can. So what's going to happen in June is we're going to unveil the entire program. However, it won't be the finalized version. And what we're going to do is give a couple of weeks after Power Summit to allow you guys to go in, give us feedback, give us modifications, add topics, et cetera, et cetera. For those of you that'll be here in June, don't worry, we are still going to let you guys have a special. We'll create special pricing that you can pre-buy it and things like that. We'll deliver it sometime in August. So we're not going to wait until October to unveil this, but we're going to get you guys so you can see what it looks like come June. We'll give you special pricing so you can save money if you're here in Power Summit. So I know some of you guys are always like, all right, I come to Power Summit, I want to be able to save a couple $100 on a program. We'll still give you that option. Final product will probably come out sometime in August. That's what's going on in the past. Now we got 9 minutes left. So the key to the next 9 minutes is I want this to go as quickly as possible. The only rule will be if Wendy says, hold on a second, hold on what you're saying. And the reason I say Wendy, because you guys know I do not take notes. Therefore, Wendy will be jotting down all the amazing ideas that we come up with. And so if she gets really behind the 8 ball, she'll jump in and say, hey guys, hold on. Here's what I'm thinking. 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 45 seconds, nothing longer than a minute. What have you done differently in the last 4 months to generate business? Because as Wendy said, business is picking up exponentially over the last 30 days. What have you been doing in the last 4 months or even a little bit before that to make sure your business is going to that next level? And anything new that you're going to be looking at doing over the next 8 months that's going to help you finish 2021 strong. So click the unmute button, go. Nancy, I said just click the unmute button. Fast.
Okay. First of all, I forgot to thank Jenna for all the support she gave me with customizing Failsafe. And for those of you who are considering it, it was the fastest process. It probably 2 weeks from beginning to end. But that being said, I mean, what we're doing differently is I have an appointment with a professional videographer. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but we have to move it to next week. I'm actually going to film a video introduction of me and the book, and that will be placed on my website because I've been following a lot of book called Virtual Selling. And if you're not being virtual, you're not anywhere. So that's my expectation, to tie the book to virtual selling and grow the business from there.
Great. Thank you, Nancy. Although the sales pitch was not necessary, we appreciate it. All right, who's next?
I think I'll jump in after Nancy.
Go, Bertha.
Talked about video. I'm using Vidyard, so not professional, but it's myself. You can just land it on your browser and you can respond to prospects, clients, colleagues, peers, as opposed to a text email with a little video. And I use that with some of my peers in leadership work group. So loving it.
What's the name of it, Bertha?
Vidyard, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bertha. Next.
I started with Video Socials, which is a group that meets weekly. You create your own video and you have a finished product to be able to deliver. So I started a video newsletter and I'm working with Jenna to update the website and put the video newsletter on the website.
Lots of technology talk. Who's next?
Gerard, I've not done much differently. A=R for me, and I had a hot start to last year, and then it went to off 75% for the next 6 months. And I kept doing the right activities. You've seen me do those before, and I am off to a really hot start this year. I usually do 50 to 100 processes a year. I've already got 35 to 40. By the time we hit to June, I'll be over 50. So A=R, the basics still work. The 6 steps of the call still work. See y'all in June.
But don't do your whole session now, Tom. You got to do that in June too. Don't forget. Who's next? Go ahead, Bob.
I'll just say that the TII involvement has put a lot of life into my discussions, and I'm getting a lot of feedback. And I think I'm about ready to sign on a new client by starting with that as the diagnostic tool to get balls rolling, and then get into the part where we can actually put the prescription in place to fix it through coaching.
Great. So assessment work. Awesome. Cool. 3 more minutes. Let's go. Who else? God, I hate silence. Let's go. Somebody talk. Go, David.
Guys, what I've done in the past, year, I guess we focused on a few things. We focused on finishing the book, which I've written, and Principles of Cartel Disruption, and then that's done with. The podcast is up, Sustainable Leadership and Disruptive Growth. That is ongoing, and then I'll get another book out by the end of the year, and also with a focus. I kind of pivoted with also a focus on health goals in the last year, and to lose 50 pounds, and was able to achieve that. So the difference really has been to focus on all this kind of favorable tension stuff, and with quantitative goals in terms of how many clients we want and what we want to do with them.
Awesome. So focus on goal setting and having, I assume, written out plans and things along those lines. Perfect. Who else we got? We got 2 more minutes. Let's go.
I want to challenge you guys. I think that the other organization was actually ahead of its time when you came up with the Institute for Sustainability and the book that went with it, and also the seminars. I think now is the time that we need to focus on sustainability, especially with all the conversation around climate change. So I would encourage you to lead a group of us to revisit and rewrite that book and make it available, and possibly also revive that Institute for Sustainability, because that will give us additional credibility.
Sustainability in the book with it. Okay, perfect. All right, time for one more.
Right, over here, we have some extremely good clients that pay us retainers. And our main effort, by far the main effort, has been focused on really staying very, very close to them. They've been going through a lot of different things, but they're still with us and they're still paying the same retainers. Okay, so for what it's worth.
Good.
And it's worth a lot.
That was our European friend, so he's quick. So it still means we got time for one more person. No. Really, do we have to end on like a dead silence note? COVID, tell me something.
Tell me about the increases. You said remarkable increases in the last few months.
Yeah, last month's revenue, I think you just joined us a second too late, Bob. We were 20% additional material shipped out the door in the month of April versus any other month in the last 15. Cool, what about a pricing model?
Pricing model, I have quadrupled my prices. So,
why and how?
What?
Why and how?
Why? Because I'm targeting very specific individuals in terms of an avatar of individuals. I only work with individuals. I no longer work with groups. So it's one-on-one work only. I want to get a handful of new clients per year, and then have them join my mastermind groups. So it constantly feeds a bigger bubble. And that is working so far, so good.
Thank you, Alan. I know I can put you on the spot if I give you like a leading question or two, because I know you well enough and know what the hell you're doing. So targeted, I mean, so if you combine a couple of pieces that we've looked at there, actually, I think we could probably combine everything we just talked about for the last 30 minutes, and I'm going to be done in 30 seconds, I promise, so we're not more than a minute late. Everything that you guys talked about was focused directly on the specific needs of your client. Make sure you continue to do that in every step of the marketing process, in every step of the sales process going forward. You're going to see that Power Summit in June is all about that, about the ability to focus on specific needs to lead them or connect them to specific outcomes. So thank you guys for 30 minutes of your time. We appreciate it greatly. I hope you have a great rest of the week. We will see you in June. Thank you.
Thank you. Wendy, can I ask you a question as this ends? Unrelated to the discussion
Sure,
so
Sandra,
far?
go ahead.
I just wanted to know,